Okay, so AI tools versus AI infrastructure. The AI topic, or basically the AI for business topic, has been taking a hit since 2025, and a lot of people are getting to know about it. But the real problem is that people only know about AI tools and they think that AI tools are enough that any business would need to automate their processes or automate their work or just make their work easy, right? But the actual thing is that there's more truth hidden behind it, and that's what I'm going to cover for this video. How significant are AI tools for a business as compared to how significant are AI infrastructures for a business, and what roles both of them play, which is more important, which one of them gets more work done, and how faster, right? Yeah, this is pretty much what I'm going to discuss for the whole video. And as you see, I have pretty much one, two, three, four, five, six, five slides here. Um, AI tools is not equal to AI infrastructure, which is a very common perception for a lot of people still, right, in mid 2026. And then what exactly are AI tools? What exactly is AI infrastructure? What is the basic differentiation between both of them? And then the real examples, which will help you clarify even more what exactly is the difference between them and where to use each of them in whatever use cases, right? So let's start with the video. Let's start with how AI tools is not equal to AI infrastructure. So a very basic difference is that tools help you do the work, right? Tools such as, let's take the example of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT does not do the work for you, it helps you do the work. Let's say you want to write a speech or you want to write a script for a YouTube video, right? What you have to do is that you'll have to go to ChatGPT, explain in your context, like whatever video you're making, what's the topic, what's the content you're going to cover, and then it's going to do some bit of thinking and provide you with the script. Now you have to again revise that script, tell ChatGPT wherever you find there should be some improvements done, and then it just gives you the second draft and then the final draft as well. So this is how tools help you do the work, but they don't actually do the work for you. Now, infrastructure actually reduces your work because it does the work for you without you even lifting your finger. How? It's because of a system, right? Let's take an example of, let's take a business, right? Let's take a firm. So, in a firm, there's a specific operating system, which is the way they operate, the way they do their work, the way they do perform their operations, all that stuff, right? Now, what if you actually integrate AI into that operating system so that now whatever tasks or to-do stuff you actually had in your workflow would actually get reduced because a major part of it is now done by AI, right? I know it might sound complex as of now, but I'm gonna clarify it even more during this whole video. So make sure you stick till the mostly till the end. Now, what exactly are AI tools? First of all, the very fundamental thing you need to know is that AI tools are mostly single use. What I mean by single use is that every single time you have to perform a task, you will have to go manually to a AI tool and get it to do your work. As I give you the example of writing a YouTube script. So as long as you're using ChatGPT, which is an AI tool for the task, what's going to happen is you'll have to go to ChatGPT every single time you're about to record a video. You'll have to give it context every single time for whatever video, and then it's gonna give you the first draft. Then you'll have to every single time just suggest it what improvements need to be done, and then finally you get the final draft, right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically one task at a time. It needs your manual input every time you use them. There's no memory, there's no workflow, right? There is going to be a little bit of memory, but in this ChatGPT's case, right, there are hundreds of AI tools and not all of them have memory. There's no workflow, which is there are no systemized stuff that will help you not go to the AI tool again and again and again to get your work done. And then you just will need to run them yourself. As I said, you'll have to go to them again and again yourself. If you stop the input, you get nothing as an input. As an input, as you have to, give the other tool the context, all this stuff. Again, the YouTube script example. If you don't give it the input, you get nothing as the output, right? ChatGPT is not going to automatically just come to you and it can just automatically determine whatever video you're going to make, and it can just provide you with the best script for your video, right? That's not going to happen. Now, the AI infrastructure. AI infrastructure is basically a system where every process or task is connected with each other um, in such a way that it just makes or creates this whole flow, right? A flow of stuff, a flow of tasks. Basically, just imagine AI getting integrated into the operating system. So now, whatever work is flowing inside the operating system, AI is actually doing most of that, right? So, in an AI infrastructure, there are actually multiple AI tools working together, right? So, in this case, where you're using an AI tool, at one time you can just use a single AI tool, right? And that too manually yourself. But in an AI infrastructure, actually, there are multiple AI tools being used at the same time. Then it has logic and decision making abilities, unlike an AI tool, which only does the work that you tell it to do and what it's programmed to do. Then actions happen automatically. You don't have to every single time give your own input. You don't have to manually run the tool every single time you want to use it. It's just going to happen automatically. And then there are self running workflows, which is again no manual input required by you, and it can get a ton of work done without any manual input. The same point. Even if you stop, the infrastructure keeps running. So it's basically like a being a founder of a business, right? If you're enjoying your holiday, if you're somewhere busy with your own personal life, your business won't necessarily just stop working. It's going to stop working. Your employees will do it for you. The CEO of the business will do it for you, while you're just not putting in the manual input or your required input, right? Yeah, so that's basically what AI infrastructure is. Now, the differentiation, the basic differentiation between AI tools and AI infrastructure, which will just help you get the fundamental idea of how they both are different and where actually to use which one of them, right? So in AI tools, basically the whole thing is manual, while in AI infrastructure, it is automated. AI tools, the systems are isolated or the task is isolated, where in AI infrastructure, all of these AI tools or these tasks or processes are connected with each other so that all the work gets automatically done. Now, on one hand, in AI tools where the things are task-based, in AI infrastructure, it is outcome-based. So once, a process gets happened and you get an outcome, that outcome will actually trigger this next process which has to happen, and then it'll happen, and that's how the cycle will flow. In AI tools, which is just short term as in it'll just do the work that it's programmed to do or what you tell it to do. The infrastructure is basically long term. So it's going to work regardless of you providing it any sort of input or you basically just putting in the work. In AI tools, it just feels productive, right? Whenever you go to ChatGPT to get any work done, again, just an example, okay? ChatGPT is just an example of an AI tool. Not all AI tools are like these LLMs like ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, or anything like that. It can be an image generating software, AI tool. It can be any other SaaS tool, which is like which helps you do some email marketing or anything like that. So yeah, where in one case AI tools is actually would actually make you feel productive, AI infrastructure actually does the stuff for you. So in a way, it is productive because it is eliminating a lot of your work that you would be otherwise required to do. Now, the fourth topic, which is about the examples, right? Actually our second last one or our last one, which is real example. Okay, so let's take an example of lead handling, okay, which is a process in itself. Let's say you run an agency. Now the lead handling is a system of its own, is a process of its own, that includes a lot of tasks that need to be done in order to reach out to leads or nourish them or qualify them or follow up, all that stuff, right? So we're going to take the example of how lead handling can be handled with an AI tool as compared to an AI infrastructure, right? And a whole AI system. So now with AI tools, how does this whole process looks like, right? First, you have to download leads from any lead database such as Apollo on the internet, and then you have to paste all that data into AI to craft your emails, to write your emails, right? To prepare your email copies. If you're personalizing your emails according to each lead, and then you have to send them manually, right? Send all those emails manually and then update your CRM. And basically, you're just doing everything. Now, if we just take an example of a tool like Instantly.ai, which is specifically designed to do stuff regarding email marketing, then basically it just happens a lot more automatically or in a lot more systematic way. How? Let's take an example of Instantly, which has a lead database of its own. So let's say you want to target some marketing agencies. You can just download all these leads of marketing agencies in that SaaS in Instantly AI. Then you can just give it to AI to craft a copy for each one of them. Then Instantly will just write these emails, send them manually, and it's going to update your CRM if you've connected your CRM to the Instantly, right? So this is in a way also an AI infrastructure, but it's just given to you or given to consumers in a form of AI tool. But not every single process that happens in a business has a SaaS tool of its own, right? This is about email marketing, which is such a broad concept, or which is a very, very commonly used service by people, by agency owners, by business owners, right? But let's say you own a firm and there's this process of researching your lead, or it's just preparing some first drafts for your proposal, for your lead comes in, or basically if it's an inbound system, then the lead comes in. If it's an outbound system, then you basically just download all these leads. So if you just download the leads inside any infrastructure, let's say you there's this whole workflow, there's this whole automation in which a lead scraper tool is also connected. So you can just automatically give it an input of what sort of leads do you want. It can just download all those leads for you. It can just qualify it, the whole system, right? It can qualify those leads, then generate emails and send them to those qualified leads. Then you can update your CRM, and you can also schedule follow-ups for later if you don't get a reply from those leads, right? So this is how an AI infrastructure works. While you are doing absolutely nothing, or most you're just providing it an example of what sort of leads or what sort of data do you want from those lead scraping softwares, and that's all done. Your whole email marketing stuff is completed. That's how it happens. That's how an AI infrastructure works, where you don't have to give anything as your input, and the whole process is just going to happen by itself. Now, that was it. That was the whole explanation part of the video, and I hope that you already have understood or already have determined that what do you actually need. No matter whatever niche you're into, no matter whatever business you're having, or if you run an agency, if you're a business yourself, if you run a firm, if you run a software development company, right? Anything like that. By now, I hope it's really, really clear to you that what you actually need for your specific use case and whatever process or system you want to automate, right? That's it. That's it. That's the whole video. I hope I did convey my points really clear and you got what I meant by this whole video, what my whole point of covering this topic was. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to see you in the next one. That's it. And yeah, bye bye.